Alright, everybody. We are live, and we're working on preparing to go to the Resonance Archives. That's our goal for sometime tomorrow. Discussing it as a community. We're going to try and hit the Resonance Archives tomorrow. Now, it's nighttime right now, so we're going to have to deal with that. First things first, we're going to go get ourselves a map to the archives. It's processing. We need a regular pickaxe. There we go. There. Throw this in here. Smell this. Hold on. I'm trying to reuse this knife here. Smithing plus, smarter guide. Okay, yep. Simply replace. Tool recovery. Chisel bits recovery. Okay. Hammer tweaks, casting tweaks. Well, it doesn't matter. If we can't do it the way I want it to, that's fine. Maybe we still can. It'll still be fun. Alright, so let's go into here. We'll just take this chisel. There's 5 bits. Got some tin bronze. Some more tin bronze. Done. Cool. I just need plenty of these. We'll just do it this way. There we go. Put this away. That way. So put the chisel back there, the hammer back up there if I select it right. Let's grab a little bit of this brown coal. And you see, 2 should be enough. There we go. There, grab the tongs, we need those. And welcome to stream, folks. Feel free to ask questions and stuff as we prepare for the archives. Got a lot to do to get ready for it. Put this stuff away here. These rough heating pinches. How do I make those? Oh, it's just wooden blocks. That's what I was missing. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, what's wrong with that board? What's that? Down there. There's real heavy temporal activity out tonight. In game. And very high. But we're gonna be working on getting all this ready. Right now I'm making a tin bronze pickaxe. So I can go get a copy of the map from the treasure hunter trader. Because I'm gonna need that so I know where to go. The sun's coming up. Beautiful morning here in Vintage Story. Look at that. That's wheat cleaning, so I need to put 5 more logs in here. So we're trying to keep our leather production up as well. Like I'm sitting on, almost 1.5 stacks of leather. But we're gonna need more for all the armor and stuff. There we go. Tin bronze. Done. And once that cools, we can take that tin bronze pickaxe and go trade it to the treasure hunter trader for a map to the archives. Now, one of my players has stumbled across the archives by accident somewhere. I think it's south of us, is what he was saying. So we're going to have to do some traveling. Bowtorn is just sitting out there. Got 4 of these crude arrows left. That was way overshot. He still hit me. Yeah, both one. Alright. At least he's dead now, so that's one less boat we have to deal with. Let's see if we got anything from him. We got a replacement arrow for one of the arrows I fired at him. There he is. Let's get out here and grab the other arrow I fired off into the wilds here. There we go. That's the other thing we've been trying to do is like stockpile like arrows and stuff to use against the final boss of the archives. So for people who don't know. I'm hearing a chicken somewhere. Ow. So I've got a drifter down here and like hen and a baby chick. Alright. Sorry, chicken. Grab the chicken. Butcher the drifter up and get some flax. There you go, little chick. Can you get out of that? By the way, the vertical windmills right there from the Millwright mod, in case people are wondering. It's a fantastic mod. Chicken. Yeah. This is good because I actually needed more feathers. Nice. I think this is a good weight chicken too. Well, that's from the butchery mod. Our tin bronze pickaxe is almost ready. And let's see here. Organize that a little bit. Am I out of feathers? I think I'm out of feathers. Yeah, it appears I'm out of feathers. Minus the ones I just got. Do I have more arrowheads, though? Doesn't look like it. Hold on. Let's go check over here. Yeah, I've got some more arrowheads. Okay. So we'll go ahead and make up some more arrows real quick. There we go. One of these. There we go. 33. That's 33 of my flint arrows. Not particularly great, but you know. Oh, I do have some more feathers in here. No, I'll go ahead and turn those into arrows too. No, got a medium temporal storm coming in too. Alright. There we go, 39. Oops. So, folks, we're going to have to go through a medium temporal storm here in a bit. Let's see here, cattails. I'm gonna grab some cattails, make some more poultice. Let's see how much healing poultice I can make with that. 2 full stacks, not bad. Which I'm going to use a quarter stack of right now just to top off my health after fighting those drifters at night. Go. Is this thing ready yet? It's technically ready. Let's grab the tongs so I don't burn myself. Go. And tin bronze pick. Done. Alright. Still high activity. Chicken is still dripping. So I'm going to grab some more of this bread that my wife keeps in stock for me. Just to have as a little bit of a snack as we go visit the trader. Yep. Health food bar is all topped off nicely. Health is all topped off nicely. I now have an army of pigs in my house. Alright. 4, can I get you to at least go in the pen with the other animals? All of you in there, please. Good lord. Came in here just to grab some stuff. Did not expect to find an army of animals in my thing here. Not you. Alright, 4. Having to battle for my living room here. Good lord. Alright. Well. Grab all that stuff back. And then thin out the population a little bit. Good lord. Alright, dear, I hope you wanted some more meat.
I didn't realize it was coming from the living room, though.
Yeah, neither did I. Well, I needed feathers anyways, so... that done. Go put this one on the butchery table here. Ah, goodness. Yep. Alright. Got you a little more chicken. Some more small carcasses. More feathers for me. Which I guess I'll go make some more arrows. Which works out perfectly, because that's exactly the same number of arrowheads I have left. Alright. I don't know what's going on here. Let me put this away there. There we go. Alright, let's you up. Go. These feathers in here. Just. Yep. Oh, I have even more arrowheads in here. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna have to, like, get you some more, you know, meat racks. I mean, I put some extras down there, so... yeah, we're gonna run out of meat racks at this rate. Which... how my chicken's doing? See, now I don't want to leave just yet, so I need to go... got so much to do. And apparently a bunch of pigs. I also need to get new armor. My boots are shredded. Get new boots too. One of my players was asking where does Thule grow, and I was telling them there's a Thule patch near the spawn point. But if they're just trying to do some thatching, they can just use regular dried grass. It's less efficient. You get more out of Thule without using your dried grass up. You know. Alright. Leader, MP. Alright. Come on, chickens. I was on my way to the traders, for those of you just joining chat, when I checked the living room of my little house over there, and it's full of chickens and pigs, and I slaughtered a few of them, because apparently there's some weird thing going on, and animals are spawning inside my house, and I don't know why. It's very strange. So right now I'm processing. That sounds like the child's out of bed, dear. That's a running noise. I'm sitting here hearing a lot of noise behind me. In the house. The cat sniper? Okay. There we go. Alright. That's one backpack that I can put back on now. Alright, time to skin this pig. Okay, got some fat and some hides. Nice. I can actually just... Well, I'll wait, because I can start tanning them both at the same time, so we'll wait on the second hide. It won't take that chicken too long to finish bleeding out. Yeah, 4 more seconds. You can still hear him in there. I've got enough iron. I'm gonna need to make the improved butchery stuff. It's done. Go ahead and put our pig up there. Chicken down over here. Oh my goodness. Cat is in here meowing at me. That will not give me a hide. That's unfortunate. Hi! Meow! Where you at, cat? I hear you. She wandered off. That's my sweetheart of a cat, by the way, folks. Her name's Celia. I'm sad that one didn't give me a hide. Alright, there we go. Put that back. You get this hide started in the tanning process then. Now I absolutely have to make those. Alright, well while those drip, and I've got them out of my inventory, after nearly getting killed by the pigs in my living room, I'm going to head over here to the treasure hunter. Hopefully not die on the way. So that's the new chicken coop I just built, which we've got to get the chickens moved into. Next to the pig pen, which finally has the pigs in it. And they are expecting our first litter of pigs soon. Gotta walk past my iron mine to get to the treasure hunter. Keep our eye out, make sure we don't get jumped by anything. Because you do see bears and things over here sometimes. Which would be most unfortunate. I'm not equipped to fight a bear. Well, I mean, I could fight a bear right now, but I do not want to fight a bear right now. But spring is warming up slowly but surely in game. It is March 3rd. Now this is set for 30-day months, so it's going to be a little while. Fully finish warming up, but it is getting there. Alright, so our treasure hunter trader should be just over here. There he is. And for people who've never seen how you start the story content, this is actually how you do it. You come find the treasure hunter trader, you talk to him, and you know of any interesting places out here? Too dangerous for me, but bring me 10 bronze. You remind me where it was? Sure, I lost already. Good luck, here you go. And he gave us that. Apparently someone already gave him the thing, so I don't have to actually give him the 10 bronze pick. And we just right-click this, and it adds the Resonance Archives to our map, which is way down here. It's actually not too far south. It's only about... Let's see here. Current location. Where are we at here? Like right here. It's only about 5,000 blocks south of us, so that's not too bad. It's actually not too bad of a walk. Alright, let's see what he's got to trade today. He's buying flax and rye bread, dear. He's buying flax and rye bread, dear. My wife likes to sell bread to the treasure hunter trader. And sewing kits. I'm gonna add that mod. That's... Alright. Again. So we got the map, we got the location. But now it's just more cattails, more healing items. Just everything we need. You got the cattails, dear? Okay. Alright, so my wife's gonna work on getting the food and cattails and stuff ready for us. I guess that means I should work on making arms and armor. You still got your iron bulks there, love? Good. Okay. My wife's sitting next to me, that's why I can just ask her questions in this chat, in case you're wondering. Alright. So, tell the community that I've got the map. Then I guess I need to get back to mining and making stuff. Because, let's see here. I've got one longbow, but it's not in great shape. Definitely gonna need some armor though. I might need to increase my leather works, I think. Yeah, I think we'll have to expand the leather works. And I'm not even the hunter. Our hunter's been MIA for a few days, but I think it's because work's been keeping him like, crazy busy. So welcome to the stream, folks. We're working on getting ready for going to the archives. My community's gonna try and raid it tomorrow. And I hope to stream that raid. People that are interested. I just got done going to the treasure hunter trader and getting a copy of the map so that we know where to go. And it's only about 5,000 blocks south of us, so that's not too bad. Almost due south, actually, from our base. And I've got a slight problem where chickens and pigs are spawning inside my house. I have no idea why. So I've just fenced that part of the house in. Like, very confused by this. Goodness. If anyone knows why they're spawning in my house, because they're not supposed to spawn on non-dirt floors and such, please let me know. If you can tell me what mysterious power is causing them to spawn in my house. Alright, let's see here. I'm gonna put the resin in here. Actually, no. I'm gonna put the resin over in this box. Yeah, this will be the resin box. This is where I keep my tree seeds anyways. Go. There's that temporal storm that was coming in. Oh, by the way, dear, here, put this on your toolbar and right-click with it. Wow, I can hear them out there already. My lantern out. Man, one of the things about these temporal storms is the way it makes the chat look. You just right-click with it in your hand. That's it. Now it should have added a map location to your map. Should have said something like Resonance Archives location added.
To hold it?
No, like, look, read your chat. Location already known on your map. You're good. There we go. So, my wife's just gotten to see where the Resonance Archives is. Alright. I'm gonna eat some food before I starve to death here. There we go. Alright. Apparently, Dave is out and about this time, or at least some of my players are seeing Dave. Go figure. See if we can look around, see if we get to see Dave. Yeah, we got lots of crazy gears. We got... That's like a tainted / nightmare drifter. Oh god. Yeah, that was Nightmare Drifter, just one-shot me. Well, time to get my stuff back. Gonna have my stuff back, Mr. Drifter? Hi, how you doing? Just coming by, don't mind me. I'm back. I decided to play with a drifter and I shouldn't have. Alright. Go. Put that back in the inventory. I brought some more bandages, dear. How's our, well, I'm not gonna go down there. Not right now. Not during this temporal storm. Ah, general efficiency. You're sailing? Very good, very good. That's actually one of the safest places to be during these temporal storms. I, on the other hand, decided to go and fight a, corrupt drifter, apparently. Did y'all get to see this Thunderlord there's general efficiency? I saw, said Mita talking about it. Yeah. It's safe to be out on the ocean. Y'all did? Nice. I was outside looking to see if I got to see Dave this time. Instead, I just got punched in the face really hard by a corrupted drifter. Wow. So one of my new members in the community there's apparently enjoying their first ever temporal storm for chat. As a matter of fact, they're sailing around with general efficiency on the server right now. I should get some food. I'm gonna eat a couple of these blood bread. My wife is making full use of the butchery mod and making me blood bread, which, by the way, if you've never had blood bread in real life, it is fantastic. Alright. Apparently, there's something interesting going on down there in the south where they're at. There's general efficiency in his areas, like, down here somewhere. Yep, there they are. I can see them on the map. Let's make that orange. But that's where they're hanging out, is down in that area somewhere. I don't have the exact location. See them out there. See those drifters out through the walls. Hopefully the storm will be over soon, folks. Matter of fact, I forgot. I have the timer down at the bottom of my screen on my expanded UI that tells me that the storm's got 2 minutes left. I forgot about that. And apparently General Efficiency encountered some sort of sea life previously. I think that's from the primitive survival mod I'm using. I don't know, though. So we got 1 minute and 48 seconds left here in this temporal storm. This is our extra cellar down here. Go down here real quick. Oh, goodness. Hello, Boathorn. What kind of Boathorn are you? Just a surface Boathorn? Yeah. That was a good weight surface Boathorn. Yeah. By the way, dear, you do still have some meat hook space down here.
I know.
You still have 4 empty meat hook space.
Go down there when it's circle safe.
Interesting that some of this does not seem to be drying. Like the sausage does not seem to be drying. Let me try something. I don't know. We'll see if they dry. Alright. Gonna go back upstairs now. Look at Dave's strut. That's amazing. I was about to say. Really good gait considering his posture, how his legs are shaped. You know how kind of him to walk counterclockwise to keep the storm under control. Brave Dave. Knows how big he is from here. It's how big. Imagine how big he is up close. Just reading this stuff my chat is discussing on the server. There we go. I wonder how much bronze he would yield. I love my server folks. They're talking about if you can actually get to Dave. Alright. 20 seconds. Yeah, talking about my kid. Yeah, I was telling them my kid's attempted to try and get up to Dave before, and they're like, "Your kid's braver than me." I'm like, "Yeah, it's weird what my kid's scared of versus not scared of." Like, he's scared of going to the Resonance Archives for some reason, but he'll try and walk up to Dave during temporal storms. Super weird. Alright. And that should be the end of the storm there. There we go. You still out here, drifters? Yeah, they're still hanging around out there. Gonna take them a little bit to clear out fully. Gotta get this number back up to 75%. We're talking about piracy. we're talking about piracy and cannons on the ships and stuff because they're sailing around on General Efficiency sailboat. And one of them was like, "Yeah, we should go into piracy." And I'm just like, "Hey, if they ever had the great fleet stuff from the lore content, you could do like piracy stuff." All right, how are we doing? 75. We're above. All right, we're back above 75%, which means, yep, the drifters are gone. There we go. Now I can get back to butchering these pigs I was working on. Come on, pig. Go. General Efficiency apparently hasn't gotten this high-quality copper from the Great Fleet. Telling him sounds like he should write them a nasty letter in a clay tablet. Oh yeah, no, this quern is going crazy because right now we're at 43% wind, and I gotta tell you, like, I've never tried the millwright mod before this, but the millwright mod with these vertical sails, ridiculous on speed and stuff. Like, I have an even tinier windmill back here. Right here. I have a little teeny tiny one right here. Because I was intending to make bigger, and go away, Nightmare Drifter. You're supposed to be gone now. And that will run my Hellhammer. Yeah, the vertical windmills are awesome. I love the mill rod. No, nope. Ah, bloody Nightmare Drifter. It's supposed to despawn. But yeah, no, the vertical...
Oh, Jesus!
I just got your stuff, sorry. I'm gonna throw your stuff in here. Come on, get out of my inventory. Yep. Yep. Alright. I have to give my wife all her stuff back. There you go.
Got it.
Alright, my stuff is right over here. The
The
game's...
pig's still hanging around.
No, now it despawned like it was supposed to. Good lord. Bloody drifter. Ah. Alright. I'm missing my lantern. Oh, there it is. I think it's supposed to be. Okay. Yeah, that Nightmare Drifter is hanging out longer than it's supposed to. Temporals were ended. But yeah, like this tiny little, just 2-sail vertical windmill will run my Hellhammer. The millwright mod, ridiculous. Love it. I love the millwright mod. Is now one of my favorite mods. Alright. But yeah, the bad Nightmare Drifter's gone, dear. You can come back out of the thing. But it is wasting my respawns. Since we have limited respawns from the temporal gears. Man, that drifter is coming out of nowhere. And I put some more meat in the storage vessel for you, dear. But how y'all doing out there? You doing well tonight there, Davik? Yeah, that double kill from that drifter is just rude. It's rude on that drifter's part. Backpack back on. Go. Top that off. What's left there? Getting crunk. Fair enough. You know what? Completely fair. That's what I should have been doing with my character during that temporal storm. Take a couple of these for the road. There we go. I forgot to put these bones away. Good lord. Pardon me, dear. Adding more bones to your bone pile. But yeah, so Davik, we're getting, oh, General Efficiency is going to get drunk. Yeah, Davik, we're actually getting ready to go to the, stuff there. I'm good. I'd spend money. Don't have my truck's brakes on my truck's brakes today. Oof. I understand. Those trucks can be expensive to maintain as someone who also owns a truck. Alright. There's that. I'm going to go put away this extra pickaxe. Yep. Alright. Next project. We're going to need armor. And I have some leather. How much do I need to make the jerkin? One, two, so 6, 12, 14 per vest. And then that's going to be a lot of chainmail. But I could do it. I could make a couple sets of chainmail. For the pants, that's not too bad. What do you think, chat? Do you think I try and make chainmail for the server, for the archives? Iron chainmail at that. I have the Hellhammer. I could do it. Oh, General Efficiency's got his blackguard. Yeah, we're gonna armor up. Like, I'm just deciding what armor we're gonna use. Got how much? Got 13 iron ingots. And oh yeah, I was gonna save one of these. I was gonna save one of those for display. So what I think I'll go do is mine some more iron real quick. Oh, you mean go with the chain and plate? Oof. I don't know if I can afford the plate. That might be a bit much. I mean, I still got my iron node I can go work on. So let me go grab some more iron. Because with the Hellhammer, pounding out the iron is not crazy hard. Alright, food. I'm gonna take half this bread. Actually, I'm gonna take a lot of this blood bread here. And I'm definitely not rich at all. Nope. 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 Alright. Let's take that and see where that gets us on the iron. Back to the mine city, I guess. Alright. So we'll see how much armor we can get together here. I don't want to use up all of my leather making armor, but if I could get some chainmail, that'd be nice. Let's see what we can do here. Thankfully, my iron mine's not too far away. I just hope there's no drifters on it. This is my super secret iron mine. Way down here. Way down. There you are. Anybody home? Doesn't look like there's any drifters. Okay. Well, let's get to it. I don't know why I'm not I'm just gonna knock out all these pillars here. I've been mining like I don't need... Like I need support. I haven't bothered hunting for any sky iron yet on this server. I know some people have found some. Like, I think Honkfather's found some. But I haven't gone out looking for it yet. Just gonna mine out these pillars since I don't need them. I've gotten so used to mining in my vanilla game where I need support pillars and stuff. Go. Knock out this upper layer because I can. Because I did find some iron higher up. There we go. Alright, so let's take these out. Just start getting that iron. And I want to go at the backside here first. Oh yeah, no, it's a bountiful vein. Like, this has been a fantastic iron vein. Alright, let me go to the back of it. Yeah, because I was trying to mine all the way around the back here. There we go. Alright. Get us more iron. Go. Keep kind of doing my whole, like, mine around the outside of it. Especially because these hematite... Yeah, this is hematite, right? Yeah. These hematite veins tend to be huge anyways. And it's a bountiful vein as well. It's fantastic. And yeah, Suvite does look nice. Yeah, like, iron chainmail will get you through the boss fight. I've done it before, and I did it in, like, one piece of iron chain. Like, I just had the chest piece, I didn't have the full set. I had, like, brig for the rest of it. I've never actually made the plate mail. But then, I also don't have, like... I'm not playing a blackguard, so I don't get the, like, reduction on the hunger bonuses, or the increase from the iron. And the armors. But, I am thinking about adding a mod that adds a leveling system for the regular classes to the server. And you can actually level into getting that reduction. Go. This is also letting me get some more granite, because Leaf has used up all my granite stores. Yeah, I like using granite for building. This looks nice to me. New mod was made today where you can earn positive traits from other classes as well as... Yeah, that's the exact one I'm talking about. That's the exact mod I was talking about. I just saw it today. I'm thinking about adding it to this server. For multiple reasons. One is, I want the Taylor mod. I heard that. What's that? Here's something back here. That does not sound like any monster I'm familiar with. Do you all hear that in the stream? Hold on. Is it Living Dead, maybe? Because I know those could be... Those are added by, I think the mod. Raccoon this deep? No. I wonder if it could be like a, There are some mobs added by, like, the Primitive Survival mod. I wonder if it's one of those that I'm hearing. Oh, I found some nickel ore. I've never gotten nickel in this game. There's a nickel mine right here. I'm gonna mine that. It's just medium, but I'm gonna take it. Because I can also hear water. I'm wondering if it's a saw blade locust. It doesn't sound like a saw blade locust, though. There we go. I also love the fact that I don't have cave-ins turned on this server. Like, normally I play with cave-ins turned on. I'm kind of spoiled not having them turned on right now. How am I looking? I don't have a full stack of iron yet. Got some nickel though. Alright. Yeah, this is my first time ever getting nickel, which I don't have a use for it yet in-game. But for those who may not know, it's a material used for the late-game stuff, for making, like, the Jonas technology stuff. It's used to make prop nickel, or proper nickel, which is copper and nickel alloyed together. Look, y'all want to talk about drunkards? I'm just mining. That's fine. I mean, if I was being a dwarf, I'd be sitting down here with whiskey and mining. Like, right? My dwarven ancestors would be disappointed in me. Oh, see? It does go down. So the iron is going down lower, so I bet if I knock these out... Nope. Yep, there's some lower. Iron's changing depths on me here. Knock some of these walls out. Make sure I'm not missing any iron. Alright, how are we doing? Never did figure out what was over here. Because I can hear some sort of monster in this direction. I don't know if I'm above it or equal to it. I can also hear water running. Meaning there's probably an underwater or an underground, like, waterfall. Alright, let's see what we find, folks. Take a lunch break. There we go. Oh, see, now I can hear regular drifter. Well, regular drifter sounds, I should say. Man, this is so much nickel. Come on. Yeah, we're also gonna have to go steel because I found chromite for making like chromium leather. And you have to mine that with steel. That's gonna be a pain. Also, down where I was planning on building my farm underground. Oh, let's try that again. Yep. I'm gonna knock out this block real quick. Up there. Oh, goodness. Nope, nope, nope. Alright, let's get back out of my maze of mining. Give myself a moment to make... seal that thing in somewhere. Where you at, babe? Where you at? Yeah, that's what I took. Made a risk. Where you at, Drifter? Nope. Quite a retreating battle here. I made a mistake. Yeah, I made Labyrinth of Doom. There we go. Over here, please, guys. Yeah, come on. Oh god, they can climb out. Messed that up. Yep, that was entirely my fault. I messed that up. Let's see here. I can only respawn there one more time before I have to reset my respawn. What's rift activity like? Medium. Of course. And rift activity's gone up. Alright. Thankfully, it's just straight down here, you know. At least giving me a chance for my temporal stability to recover a little bit. This way. This is the way I need to go. Good news is, they should have reset. So it's behind this wall. Oh wow, I got it all right here. Nice. There we go. Alright, so let's go plug up that hole that I created. Where I have that same problem again. There we go. Alright, note to self. Do not go through there. We're not ready for that at this moment. I'm wearing 0 armor. Let's start working out and clearing out some of this doom hallway I've created for myself. Alright, so there's the ladder. Cool. So let's just start working our way this way. Grabbing some of the iron. Because again, I don't have to worry about cave-ins, so I don't need to carve doom hallways. I'm down here to get iron, not fight monsters and poke caves. So maybe I should play it that way, right? Instead of trying to fight corrupted drifters in, like, my jacket and no armor. See how we're doing here. So we've got 2 stacks basically, and almost full stack of nickel. Look at that. It's a good mining run. Even if I did die. No one saw that, right, chat? Definitely didn't get myself killed by drifters unnecessarily. Alright. See if we can't get, like, at least 2 full stacks, preferably 3, of iron. And then I can start making chainmail. Though I'll probably have to go cut down the entire forest. Firewood. Alright. At least I'm getting lots of building materials this way. Oh, the prospecting mod? It's better prospecting here. I'll type it in chat for you. It's better. There you go. That's the one I'm using. Yeah, that one's it's been life changing. It's probably gonna be in my mod list for most modded series I play from now on. It's because it's too handy. Like, it's too good. The whole, like, actually fully accurate prospecting. It was that pick. Okay, put it right there. I'm down to my 10 bronze pick. Like, there's a lot of quality of life mods I like that are probably just going to be in most of my future mod lists when I do different playthroughs. Like Millwright, I kind of love it. Sluice will pretty much always be in there as long as it's working. Although, thanks to general efficiency, I may limit myself to certain parts of the Sluice mod in a playthrough, depending on what the playthrough is about. Iron Sluice, too powerful. I'll be honest. But Iron Sluice is also amazing. Because Iron Sluice has a different drop calculation when you pans, where the wooden sluice, as part of the sluice mod, uses the wooden pan drop mechanics, so the normal hand panning. It's already in the vanilla. But we upgraded to the Iron Sluice. And yeah, it's crazy. General efficiency, what is going on down there with you guys? I'm just watching the chat here. Mr. Corrupted Drifter, it's back. No. None of your nonsense, Drifter. Alright, you know what? I think that's just telling me we're going to take a break from the mining there. Did I accidentally pick up? Hold on. I think I messed it up. I did. I accidentally picked up my stuff because I was looking the wrong way. There we go. Uh-oh. Did y'all get nearly killed by a deer? Is that what I'm hearing? Yeah, that happened to me. Hunting session back. I got killed by a deer while hunting. Or almost killed, I should say. The deer be strong, you. Don't make the deer mad. And that's actually a real world problem, too, by the way. There's a number of hunters every year that can actually get killed by deer. Alright. Make sure I'm not getting stalked by drifters. Got me a little jumpy now. Alright, so... got a bunch of nickel, which is kind of cool. Hematite. Nice. So each one of those is 40 units. That's going to be a lot of hematite. I'm going to need a lot more fire clay. Oh, by the way, chat, let me show you this thing that General Efficiency made. Run over here to it real quick. Look at this really cool streetlight that General Efficiency made. Like, isn't that neat? It's just fantastic work on that streetlight. You have a poster for it nearby? Alright. Let's go see if we can't find the poster that General Efficiency made, because he put another one back here. Yeah, he's put like a couple of them around. Yeah, no, he put a lot of effort into it. He's actually got a couple other designs as well. He's experimenting with Lancaster's metalworks and woodworks down the shoreline. Commission rates 5 prestige gears per object. Is this the poster you're talking about, General Efficiency? That's kind of cool. That's cool. I like that. Perfume pinch such. I like this well that Leaf has made here. That's nice. I haven't really explored Leaf's area too much, but Leaf's been putting in some work down here. I'm gonna sneak around Leaf's house. Got a nice little kitchen. He's got some little chest stuff down there. Neat. 3 chests. Oh, and these count as in a cellar. No! I think those count as in a cellar. It's kind of ingenious. And he's put his boots here. What's down here? I think this is the actual cellar. Yep. No one tell anyone. No one tell Leaf that I'm rifling through his stuff. Alright. Let's go get this iron processing go. Didn't I start some bricks earlier? I did. See, I was smart. I started making more fire clay bricks earlier because I was like, you know what? I'm going to need more fire clay. I was right. Here we go. Occasionally I do things and think ahead. Thank you, past me, for thinking of future me. Put away all this granite. This is my granite crate. Keep it supplied to help keep Leaf supplied, because Leaf likes building out of granite. So does Honk. When Honk's around, so... We have plenty of building materials. So do I. I mean, to be fair, the granite cobblestone and stuff looks great. Go, and last one. It's also cheap ammunition for the sling. Right, give me your hammer. And smash. And smash. And smash. There we go. Right, put the nickel in there. Put that hot bar just because I can. And grab these. Alright, let's grab all this. There we go. So it does feel nice to build with granite, because it is also a very strong rock in the real world, and it just looks nice. Like, it's just got a beautiful look to it. Go. I think we can do 5 bloomeries. Yes, we can. We can do exactly 5 bloomeries. There we go. Alright, let's see here. 1, 2, 3. This cauldron in here. There we go. 4, and I'll just put number 5 right here. 8. 7, 8. And there we go. There's 3 of them. Get all these filled up here. I'm gonna try something here. I'm gonna try something. Put it in. Bone arrows aren't really, so let's see here. Put the pad the crate, gotcha. Bone arrows aren't really useful to be in this. Are you talking about like the bone arrow? So general efficiency, I see you chat. You talking in the chat down there. It's like talking like the bone arrows, like the ones you get off the drifters and stuff. $30 pieces of charcoal. All right, let's go in here. But everyone having a good night out there, though? I know I asked that a lot, but I like hearing from chat. And so I'm experimenting with something that says I can smelt these broken tool heads into 1 ingot. I'm seeing if it turns into a bloom or into 1 ingot. There we go. Alright. Here. Okay. Well, I got a Discord message. Who from? Done. back to you. Okay, it's getting what? Nighttime? Medium activity. Those run. Let's see here, how's our wind? Wind activity is a little low right now. That's alright. That's something I can do. Let's see here, how am I doing on building materials? Doing alright. Grab some sticks real quick. Because what we're going to do is we're going to make some more ladders. There we go. And I'm going to keep working on the underground farm that I've been building for my lovely wife. Which also let me get rid of some of these boards. Grab my tin bronze pick. Alright. Down underground. So I'm working on building an underground farm for my wife so she can farm. I just mine straight down. We're down to 41, 40, so we're almost down to the mantle. So that's our goal, is to get down to the mantle here. These 9 ladders let us get down pretty far. Oh. We hit that copper vein. I knew it was down here somewhere. Alright. So let's mine this out here a little bit. So what I'll do so we'll do that. And mine out this copper vein. Could be a temperature thing, dear. Because it needs to be in a cool, dry place. So what we might need to do is actually build your meat drying area higher up. Weirdly. Oh. Hello.
It's working on other books. It's just like...
This isn't what I wanted. Find my way out of here. There we go. Alright, so, well, we'll add this as a stop on the way down, I guess. So what we'll do is finish mining this out a little bit, make a little better way down into that cave. What we'll do here knock out this block, and then this will be where we start down again here. I'll show you all the method to my madness here in a minute, as I like to say. Here's something that could be a sugar bin. It does almost sound like a raccoon, though. Actually, you know what I think it is? I think that's a locust nest. I think that's a locust nest I'm hearing. So now I need to figure out what I'm going to do about this place. First things first, let's go back up top. We're going to make a little bit of cobblestone. Because I think I know how I'm going to fix that little area we mined into here. I'm going to fill that in where someone was mining down here. I don't know what's going on with those meat racks here. There we go. Alright. Let's grab some clay. I'm going to make a little bit of cobblestone here. Some granite cobblestone. Bring a little more. Maybe 1/6. There we go. I think I'm going to need a door. Thankfully, I have a door. Right there. Okay. There we go. This underground farm has been a whole project. The whole thing. Because I'm trying to get all the way down to the mantle here. Grab the cobblestone real quick. So we're going to do cobblestone there, there. And then I'm going to do a door here. There we go. We'll do cobblestone here, 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 not there. There. Okay. And there, that way we've got kind of a little landing spot. And I can get back down into here to go after the copper. There we go. Have to wind that up. A second. Ah. So, up top, it's probably about -6 degrees or so. But the deeper down you go, the warmer it gets. Until you reach the warmest possible temperature in your area for your outside temperature at the mantle. Which is also why the higher up you go, the colder it gets. So, like, you know. So let's see here. Right now, if we go all the way down to the bottom of where I'm at right here, it says on my thing that I'm at 9 degrees Celsius. All right? Let's go back up to the top. And I'll show you. Because we're losing temperature fast. And I'm not even that close to the surface yet. So far down there at around 30 blocks from the mantle, we're at about 9 degrees Celsius. So now, here we are. We're at like the bottom layer of my wife's cellar where we've got our meat storage. And it is -5. Just for the drifter. Alright, the drifter's on the other side of that wall. Yeah, through there is like the actual mine that I use. And then if we go all the way up here into the actual cellar, it's -7 degrees. So that's an almost 12 degrees difference. No, it's more than that. 9, 7. That's like a 16 degrees difference from up here down to not even quite to the mantle. And the reason we do this, because it's not quite out of winter time yet, so, you know, it's -6 degrees on the surface outside. That's what this says.
But where we're at, it's -7 inside the cellar. But basically what that does is it means you can keep farming through winter down at the mantle, basically. And during the warmer months, you can actually farm some of the hotter variety crops. Like, for example, some of the grass seeds we've gotten from, like, random seed vessels and stuff. That kind of thing. So it's just a way of, like, increasing your farming potential for the area you're in. Alright, there's that. Go, grab these. That's just 4. I don't really care about the 4 thing. I'll put that into the supplies. Just little tips and tricks like that. Like, your most effective cellar will actually be up on top of a mountain because it's just colder up there. You know. Alright, let's top that off and we'll put that there. Got a nice little stack of copper building back up. I do have some fire clay. Some more calcified flint. Let's make some more fire clay. There we go. I need some more fire clay bricks. We're just going to go ahead and get those set up in the pit kilns here. Fire clay bricks are one of those things that you're never really, like, out of. You never stop needing them. Fire clay bricks go. There's my fire clay. Hadn't made it into bricks yet. There we go. Alright. Still ended up with just 4 extra. Hilarious. Alright. Well, there you go. Go. We gotta get more cattails soon. We only got 61 left. You gonna be working on that tomorrow, dear? Okay. I was telling me she's gonna be working on getting more cattails. Yeah. Go. 12 pieces of peat. I use peat to fire my pit kilns because we're living on a giant peat bog, which I've been slowly mining out. By the way, members of my community, if you're watching this, or stream or whatever, that peat's free to grab. Please take the peat. I'm drowning in peat. Please use the peat. There we go. Alright. Get all this done. That's gonna be processing iron blooms. How's our activity? So medium activity out there. Oh. This hide's ready. Yeah. Gotta scrape those hides. Hide's ready. Put that one in there. This one in here. Is our strong tannin ready? Our strong tannin is ready. Alright. Start with our last huge hide. Yeah, we're getting there. We are getting there. We'll be able to do this armor project here soon, I think. Once the iron blooms finish, and we'll get the hellhammer going. After that, it's just going to be Making sure I have enough leather. Alright. Do you have a place in here for saltpeter, dear? Yeah, I got you some saltpeter. I found a saltpeter cave down as I was mining into your stuff.
Oh,
Okay. It's a fertilizer. It restores N and K. You can also use it to make bombs. You don't want to make bombs? I mean, I got some sulfur and some black coal. We could combine it and make you some bombs. Fuses. Okay. I mean, it's kind of just cheaper to buy blasting powder from the merchants. Or easier, I should say. If you can find one that sells it. Like, there's a commodities merchant up here. I think they sometimes still have it in stock. Alright, I died over there. I needed to leave that. There we go. And what's this guy over here? That's another commodities trader over there. I need to find an agricultural trader. I've been looking for one. There's some kind of trader over here that I've been trying to get to, but I haven't succeeded in getting to yet. It's because this terrain over here is kind of awful. And full of bears. That's one thing. There's another one down here I need to go and explore. Looks like... No, that's just like a tree. So the way you can spot traders, this is much easier on the true color map like this. It's like right here. See, like that? That's a trader's thing right there. There's another trader here. We'll mark him in red as well. So I know there's a trader there that I need to go and explore and see what kind of trader it is. Man, I forgot how long it takes these things to finish. Alright, 1 hour, 1 hour. Well, I guess I could work on the chickens. Chickens. Right for those traps. 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 There we go. Let's go grab some of my wife's grain. Everyone out there having a good night? I'm having a good night. Alright, let's go get our chickens. Hello, chickens. How y'all doing? I have a present for you called traps. There you go. Alright. Now, you all be good chickens and go get in the traps, please. By the way, the zoom button, super handy. It's another great mod. I'm gonna need to put those on my back. We'll give them a little bit, see if they get into the traps. It's my wife's character just hanging out here in the cellar. This is her domain. I don't infringe upon her cellar. Outside to steal her for food. I steal the food she makes. But she's kind of like our provisioner. She's very good at it. She's very organized. Oh, what'd you all kill down there, General Efficiency? I wish I could see the health bars of the chickens from over here to see if they're still, like, freaking out. 500 raccoons! Oh my god.
Sure you're not been in my backyard in the real world here? Oh my god, I've heard just, the raccoons have been like just making a whole bunch of noise out there recently. Alright. Ah, that's something I need to do. Good lord. I almost forgot one of the things I need to do for all this. Let's see here. Got that axe, but I'm gonna need a new axe. Go. Grab some my brown coal. Yeah, to give you an idea of how, like, ridiculous the iron pan is, I'm getting, like, anthracite, brown coal, black coal, lapis lazuli, sylvite, which is the stuff that turns into potash, by the way, for permanently increasing your farmland's fertility, out of just regular gravel. It's ridiculous. I've gotten a few temporal gears, which temporal gears are part of the regular, like, drop potential, but, you know, it's not common. Let's do this. Get those going. Make a new axe and new hammer. Just throw like right here. There we go. Everything stays nice and lit up. And hopefully no drifters come by to bother us. Let's move my anvil over here. Oh. He's finished. Moment of truth. It does just become a raw iron ingot when you do it that way. Alright, good to know. Note to self. I have another broken tool around here somewhere. There's my other broken tool. So there you go. Broken iron tool in a bloomery becomes straight back into iron anvil. Or iron ingot, I mean. Insane. I can use words tonight. But heat those up too. Use them to make something else. He's down right here. Alright. Grab those. Let's see here. First one will be X. Yep. Nice. Cool. Next one will be a hammer. So I'm going to need a new hammer at some point. Go. Just make my life a little easier. Little patterns that you can learn from making like all these things here. Go. What else do we need? I do need a new iron pick. Almost forgot about that. Go. Almost done. I'm looking forward to the new smithing changes, by the way, folks. Excited about them. Everyone see you're off to a good start so far? So pick, hammer, axe. What else do we need? What do you need knife soon? Actually, I'm putting it off. We're gonna make these hooks. So these hooks are the hooks you use in the butchery mod. And I need these to make better butcher's tools. Because the ones I've been using are about to drive me nuts. Because I sometimes don't get my resources. So in case you're using the butchery mod, experimenting with it, cool little mod, but it does require a little bit of work to get the maximum yield out of your animals. But that's part of what makes that fun. It makes it feel like you're actually like butchering and preparing an animal. It's the whole process in real life. The whole time. I've never completely done it myself. I know people that have. There we go. Oops. Now to use these. Right. I don't want to make this. I'm going to make that. Alright. So I need 2. I need some nails, boards, sticks, resin. Boards and sticks I got. Nails I don't have. But nails I can get. All right. Definitely feel like I lost a lot of my plate breaks there. Yes. Yes, I am holding the tongs backwards. Glad I'm not the only one that notices that. That's just how they are when they're in the offhand. Let's zoom back in a bit. Yeah. I have no idea why. That's something that the devs will have to fix. But when you like use them, for example, if I was to take one of these hot things, like, see, now he holds them right. Come on. Yeah, no, they are still backwards, aren't they? Huh. Weird. I never even paid attention to that, but you're right. They are backwards. You know what it is? Okay. I know why they're like this. So, if you're doing a smelt or casting where you're pouring from a crucible, you would build tongs in this style to hold the crucible. However, it does not work for things like your iron bloom or stuff that you're actively hitting with a hammer. This is where they need to add something like metal tongs. That would make a lot of sense and look better. Maybe that's a future update thing. I don't know. Metal tongs would be cool though. Which, by the way, as someone who's done some blacksmithing in real life, making metal tongs is a pain.
Actually, I know something I'm going to do real quick. I'm going to grab a couple of sticks. We're gonna quench these tools the magical, non-realistic way. Called I threw them on a tool handle and suddenly they're instantly quenched. No. Yeah, you're thinking of, that's why I had to stop and think about like wait a minute, is that how it works? Oh, no, that's my bull. So yeah, like I understand their design now. Thinking now that you pointed it out and I had to think about it, but without thinking about it, you would be like, yeah, these are backwards, and in most cases they probably would be backwards. A lot of the stuff we are doing, but for the smelting specifically, they're not backwards. You know what? I've got some extra cobblestone that I'm not using. Anything. It all has to be the same, doesn't it? It has to be the same cobblestone. I'm just gonna make an extra forge down here. Okay, but I've got enough stuff I can make another set of cobblestone. That should be enough. Extra forge. Beautiful. I'm running low on charcoal. We're gonna have to do another charcoal burn here soon. But yeah. But I've made blacksmithing tongs before, or I've tried to. The worst part's that rivet in the middle that holds them together. Like, I can shape the tongs, I can shape the handles. Getting the rivet right, always been a hard point with me. But that is something cool they could add in the future. Alright. Yeah, my wind died. Dang it. Oh, goodness. My wind died. Alright. Guess we'll do it the manual way. This game. So I was gonna make my life hard in some manner. But it wouldn't be a realistic survival game if everything was easy. These down here. Now it's race to see if I can finish this ingot faster than that bloom heats up. Not really. We're losing time. Yep. Right. Yep. This is reminding me of in my vanilla playthrough where I manually forged like my chainmail's armor. That was so much effort. Don't get me wrong, like I love smithing in this game, but even I apparently do have a limit of like how long I can
bring myself to do it in any one sitting. Alright, let's bring this down. Go. Almost done. Go. Done. Probably this. In there. Try and get some of these ingots processed. This is the other reason we're trying to get the underground farm running, is so I can get more flax to get more power to this windmill. So that even at low wind speed, we still get some power out of it. That and, you know, tailored gambeson armor calls to me. I want that tailored gambeson. I don't know that it does. I've not tested that. See, this is actually my first time playing the underground farming. So it may, and we'll find out. Yeah, we'll test it. I know you get a temperature bonus the closer down to the mantle you get. We will test that. Yeah, I just need to test it, that's all. Which I will test you in a minute. We'll see. I'll go through down some farm ground, some farm soil. So I got a place where I could toss them in real quick. And see if there's a penalty or not. Also, you got those stick windows. Do they work as greenhouse? I don't know. I know glacier ice works as greenhouse roof. Weirdly. You'd think that the glacier ice would make it colder, but it does not. Because they don't have, like, actual, like, ice mechanics in the game, which is kind of helpful in some ways. The description said they do let light through, but I haven't tried it. I'll have to test it, you know. You can definitely test it. Lots of things you can test in this game. They put a lot of thought into their mechanics. Like, Davik and I were just discussing the way the tongs are designed. And realized that the design might actually be intentional. Yeah, and what's worse is it's turned on, Dracula, right now. The Hellhammer is turned on and is being mean because the wind has decided not to wind. So now I'm having to manually clean up my iron. Oh, Dracula, you also missed me getting killed in my own iron mine. Because I got too curious and mined into a cave to see what the weird sound I was hearing was in the cave. My dwarven curiosity got the best of me. Yes. And while I didn't figure out what the actual source of the sound was, I did come face to face with a corrupted drifter, who then beat me to death quite quickly.
Yes, yes, something delving too deep. Doesn't sound like anyone we know. Go. Toss these back in here. Go. Throw a few of these on the fire. Just get the heat it back up. Because I'm not going to sit here and process all of this, all these blooms, while the Helve Hammer is just not working. See, like, I turned the Helve Hammer back off, and it starts spinning again, because there's just enough wind to turn the windmill, but not enough to actually power anything. I need some nails. You've been doing Homo sapiens most of the time? You think traders ruined Minecraft too, so they, as a feature, don't sit well with me? That's fair. I can understand that. I don't feel that the traders ruin Vintage Story too much, because the stuff they offer sometimes is just not actually helpful. If I'm honest. Like, some of it's really helpful, and sometimes it makes your life a lot easier. But sometimes it just doesn't do anything for you at all. Like, Luxury Goods Trader, I mean, great if you want artwork. That's about it. Gives you a place to sell random gemstones you might occasionally find. The only one that's useful is that's like a guarantee you have to have it is the Treasure Hunter Trader, and that's only if you want to do the story content. Of course, the wind comes back as I'm sitting here. Is it strong enough? Yep. See, now it's strong enough to run the Helve Hammer. This wind. This wind. I have enough patience today. Okay. Well, I'll grab a little bit more charcoal then. Tongs up there. Yeah, now it's just being a jerk. Alright. It's just... Helve Hammer just fired. Oh yeah, no, I love the fact that, like, you know, the wolves are a threat. They're dangerous, you know. It's fantastic. Alright, we can put these iron ingots away. Because what I want to do now... Grab the logs. Saw. Part of the whole reason I was doing this was to... Oh wait, I also need resin. Got my nails, got the hooks, need resin. Take the sticks. Don't want to let that sit too long. Alright, resin. Resin. Have enough resin? Okay. H. Crafting. Okay, so it's 2 of those. 2 of those. That. Where's my resin? Resin. I need one more stick. One more stick. Alright. Oh, I've died to a fox. I missed a spear attack. Oh yeah, no, foxes are dangerous. Like, yeah. That teleport, that 5,000 block teleport is rough. I tried playing that with like my first time. That was so rough. Like, don't get me wrong. It's a completely valid mechanic, like, and threat. There we go. What I wanted. No, let's go in here. Hooks and nails and strips. Yeah, but that mechanic is... It's just punishing enough, if you ask me. This and this. There we go. In case you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm building a better butchering hook. Advanced skinning hook. Yeah, Thrak here actually prefers playing with all the story content turned off currently. Come on, wind. Don't die on me. Oh, I love the shipbuilding. I love the shipbuilding. Yeah, that's why I always set my oceans to a minimum of 30% of the map. Because you get big enough oceans that you can it's actually worth building the sailboat. Stealing some more of your bread, dear. That's why. That's one of the things I do in like every world map I generate. We need this hammer to actually hammer a little faster. You do 30% land view? Oh, so you do like huge oceans then. I'll have to try that at some point. I will have to try that. Because I would love to see I'd love to see some more boats added to the game. Makes for decently large islands, so not bad. Traveled some landmass perimeters. I think last one took 5-6 in games. Impressive. Nice. That sounds really cool. That might be a nice... You know, I've been trying to think of what I want my next playthrough to be once I finish kind of like my vanilla playthrough and then my Snowball Earth playthrough. Because I kind of want to get those settled before I start any like more solo playthroughs. Is this thing actually doing stuff? Yeah, it is. I've not done a hard... You got pineapple seeds, dear? Nice. I've not done a hardcore playthrough. Now, I have set a rule on my Snowball Earth of, like, once I die 15 times, I'm going to end the series. And I'm at, like, 5 deaths right now. So I've got, like, 10 left. Where I have to, like, throw in the towel. Oh, yeah. That would be hard. Now, in my Snowball Earth playthrough, I learned the hard way, don't set it to always winter. I had to fix that. Ooh, you burned down your pine forest that way? Yeah. Oof. I'm just gonna grab some of this brown coal I've been panning up. Peat fires. Peat fires are so dangerous in this. It's actually part of the reason I've been mining out, so... That right there, all of that back there is peat. Part of the reason I've been slowly mining it out, just in case we set fire to it. And then I've got another huge peat bog over there I've been mining out where I built the chicken coop. Need to go check my chickens, actually, I just realized. Take off one of my backpacks real quick. I'm going to start this next thing and I'm going to go check the chickens, make sure that they haven't gotten into the traps I set for them yet. Come on. You can do it. Hammer. There you go. Yeah, my health hammer is being a little... He's being slow today. Realistic temp would be pretty good. Like, it's not bad. But like right now there's no disadvantage to like heat. Heat's always good. There we go. I got a rooster. Rooster check. There we go. It seems like temp things are ad hoc. Yeah, they do. It does seem like it needs to be improved a little bit. Get in there, Booster. There we go. Now, being cold is absolutely a lethal thing in this game. But it's fairly easy to offset. Let's see here. Seems things are ad hoc, like specific interactions only. Like,
Can't burn your coal with a torch and put iron on it. You're kind of right on that. You technically are outdoors a lot of times, so you don't have true winter settings on. Not on this one, no. We don't have true winters on this, no. Yeah, this hot hammer's taking its time with that bloom. Yeah, no, a blackguard would require like 2 pies a day, if we're honest. Alright, chicken. We can get some grain for the chicken. Yeah, no, but true winter stuff would be rough. Trying to get these chickens into my chicken coop. So what's going on? In case people are wondering why I'm running back and forth over here. There we go. There we go. Alright. There you go, chicken. Please get in the basket trap. Come on, walk away. Alright, alright. Can I get in here? Are you done yet? Yes. Good, Hellhammer. You finally finished another one. Man, this wind is just being slow today. There's something I learned cool, by the way, chat, about the Smithing Plus mod, is when you get the broken tools, if you put them back in the bloomery, and this is, General Efficiency pointed this out to me, if you smelt your broken tools, they just become iron ingots again. Yeah, we've actually been discussing some more changes to the server. Like, we've talked about turning off class-specific recipes. I could always talk to them about turning on true winters. We've also talked about adding the new mod that just dropped that allows you to level up your class traits, as well as learn class traits from other classes once you meet certain prerequisites. You know, lots of things like that. But currently our plan is to try and hit the archives tomorrow. We're actually going to try and do a run on the Resonance archives. And that's kind of why I'm doing all this smithing right now. Because I'm going to try and make some chainmail, because I hate myself. So I don't know if y'all have ever had the experience of making chainmail in this game. But it's fantastic. If you don't mind, you know, sitting here smithing for a long time without... And if you don't have a Hellhammer, it's often, which I've done it without a Hellhammer before, once. But to be fair, let's mess it up. Making chain in real life is kind of a pain. Oh goodness, dear, what have you done to the sluice? Do you think chainmail requires leather? It does. It does require leather. That's actually why. So we were considering doing leather armor, and I was just like, well, if we're gonna do leather armor, we might as well do chainmail, you know. And so I've got enough leather to make the jerkins, so I'm just like, I'm just going straight to chainmail. Especially since I have a Hellhammer that sort of works most of the time when it's not being temperamental. So.
So, is that back here? And my understanding is that you're kind of just layer. Yeah, you do kind of just layer stuff over leather. Now, yeah, I looked up the recipe yesterday, so I could be hazy on it. Not sure if you can use used armor. You'd have to repair it in some way. I'd have to double check that though, because I think it needs the jerkin to be at full durability, or at least close to it. Which you should be able to theoretically repair the jerkin. Now we're starting to get some decent speed on the hellhammer now. Alright, so let's see here. We got our... We got smelt, full stuff, and that one's ready to light. I'm not 100% sure, but... Yeah, satiation does actually go down as you're doing stuff, especially since I'm carrying something in my offhand right now. That right there by itself is an extra 30% satiation burn right there. And then, of course, I'm also wearing one piece of armor right now. And you went from having... I'm trying to catch up on chat a little bit while I manage my tasks. Alright, you went from having more flint than I could use to picking up flint stones again because I've been making fire clay. Yeah. Fire clay, this is why I always tell people, you never stop eating flint. And 30 seconds of not doing work with mouse actions is the CD time for food degradation. Oh, interesting. Okay, I didn't know that about the 3 seconds of not doing stuff with the mouse. That's interesting to know. Go. Got some more iron ingots. So you've been... Yeah, is your Blackguard set fully kitted out? Do you have the full set there, General Efficiency? Yeah, I get that. Oh, so since you do a lot of panning in Homo sapiens, you might want the sluice mod. You'll be spoiled. How many bricks I got left? I got enough to do one more run. There we go. Alright, there we go. Yeah, you construct like panning spaces too. I can't move water though. It's making my base around Zeus seems like a good idea, not the other way around. Yeah, no, I feel that. Yeah, because until you get that first bucket... Oh wait, no, you're doing Homo sapiens run, so you can't move the water blocks at all, right? All the nuggets. If you don't have a huge amount of copper, you should plan your base around... Yeah, absolutely. I'm just glad this thing's finally working. Alright, I'm gonna go check my chicken. Yeah, I mean, being able to move water thing is kind of a... That is slightly, like, immersion breaking to some extent. Get my torch up so I can actually see what I'm doing here. I don't know yet if you can use that to make waterways for rafter boat. You can. Oh, good. Got chicken. Chicken acquired. Yeah, so you don't want... I think it needs to be 2 blocks deep. And no, you can't go uphill, but you can build a water elevator that works. So if you get, like, a giant, just a straight column of water going up and down, no, you have to fill it all in. It all has to be actual, like, source blocks. It can't just be, you know, non-source blocks. It has to be source blocks all the way up and down. There we go. Chicken acquired. And here you go, chickens. Yeah, I'll eat and grow nice and healthy for me. Finally. The chicken coop finally works. Yeah, so you basically make a layer, make a pit, and then you can... And basically what you do is you sail into it, and you'll float straight up. I saw someone build a design for that. And then basically what you do is you make it so that you can then just sail off the edge the other way to go back down. Because the boat won't take damage from just going down a short fall, or whatever. Hold on. Ah, there we go. Just burning my character. Yeah, it would take a lot of pickaxes. But it'd be really cool. Throw one more piece of charcoal in here, even though I need more charcoal. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's my reminder. Tongs go in the offhand. Brought to you by Three Fingered Smith. I like that. Or, to quote my former master, my real-world master blacksmith, who taught me, just remember, it doesn't take a master smith very long to look at a hot horseshoe. You used to make that joke whenever you drop, like, a hot piece of metal or whatever. Dude was great. But talking back to the waterways thing, yeah, I saw someone posted a design for one on the subreddit, which is how I learned about that. Yeah, if it's glowing, you probably really shouldn't use your hands, because what a lot of people don't realize is when the iron's glowing this temperature, well, that says it's 1100 degrees Celsius. If you use it, if you're in Fahrenheit, that's actually closer to 2000 degrees Fahrenheit. Which I'm not sure if that how that translates to Celsius here. Let's see here. Let's see if they're actually being accurate on this. So, Celsius is what you know? Okay, so let's see here. I just want to see what that means. 1100 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit. That's actually about right, apparently. That is actually about 2012 degrees Fahrenheit. So that is proper forging temperature. Yeah, Thraku is my normal go-to, like, I need this translated between, you know, imperial and metric. I mean, we're playing Vintage Sword. Most of us are probably nerds. Let's be honest here. I mean, I'm nerding out about how accurate they're representing the temperatures in blacksmithing in this game. I'm very pleased by this, considering that is the correct color for that temperature on a piece of iron. which is actually slightly... That's right around welding temperature, which is actually where you do want it for this, by the way. Because you weld iron at around 2,400 degrees Fahrenheit, which would be probably about 1150 in Celsius, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong there, Shakir. Is what's considered welding temperature. And then at 2,600 degrees in Fahrenheit, which would probably be, what, 1,200 degrees in Celsius, if I had to guess, your iron will actually burn like a sparkler. Ask me how I know. By the way, that also, like, ruins your project you're working on, if you're doing iron work. Actually, welding temperature is slightly below melting point. So, melting point is like... It starts at that 2,400 degree mark in Fahrenheit, but you actually do not want your iron to get that hot. You want the surface layers to melt. You do not want the whole thing to start melting. If that makes sense. That's the difference. But when you're using a forge like this, it's hard to make it so that you're only melting the surface layer. It's kind of basically what I'm doing, because you have less control. It's not like modern welding. In modern welding, yeah, you're just melting like one part of the iron, to the temperature you need. There we go. Also gonna need some food. It's a whole thing. I'm stealing the last of the bread, dear. Okay. Now if I could just get this thing to actually make the chain for me, that'd be fantastic. But I don't have that mod. There's like an automated smithing mod where you can use the help hammer to actually make more complicated stuff. But I'm not going into all that. This. I think X Skills also allows that. Now I'm thinking about that, like, as an upgrade on, like, the blacksmithing skill tree. Okay. Yeah, did we get welding? Did we get all the... Okay. When will we get welding? Oof. You're asking me in chat now. You're asking me about... Oh, what are you doing? Not down there. Go. Another iron plate, please. So, like, you are kind of doing welding when we're layering the iron on top of each other like this in the game, if I was asking. And you do actually have to do welding when you make the iron anvil, which I actually have enough iron. I could make the iron anvil. Is more temps up for survival crafting, yeah. That would be cool, and they may do that at some point, because talking about making boilers and stuff to warm your home, because I know one of the things that the dev has talked about is they kind of want to get the technology level in the game to, like, kind of like super early Steam age, maybe? Steam engines and stuff. So they may include some of that. Because, like, I know that we have we're doing distilling, so
Still... There's a boiler. So, like, they have a boiler that you can make. Now, this is for distilling liquids in the game, but there's no reason they couldn't repurpose the same concept. No, I get you. Don't disagree that, you know, it could probably use some improvement. But the point is, but once they get it done in vanilla, you know someone's going to use a mod to improve upon it. Or change something probably exactly like what you're looking for. Maybe. It might make it more expensive on a hardware scale. But I know they get around some of that by basically they don't simulate chunks that you're not like within view distance of very much. Like there's still a whole bunch of math and calculations for like when you go visit the chunk again to update it to what should have all happened in the time period you've been gone since you were there and all that. My PC makes me know of random lightning strikes. I can literally hear the fires in real life. Oof. Oof. Yeah, no, mine does not like... Sometimes mine complains at me about, like, streaming certain games and recording them all at the same time. Get that off for a second. So we got 7 plates. So, let's see here. Chain. Okay, I have to make it into chain first. Alright. That's fine. We'll make some chain. Except I need a hammer for that. Come here, hammer. Not the good hammer. Not the old hammer. There we go. Chain, if you please. I don't know if it's all cores in my PC for sure, even if one core is doing a lot of the work, it makes me know. Wow, okay. Actually gonna do the... So one of the things I've kind of learned is do like these internal bits first when you're making your chain, because if you mess up, you can use the outside pieces, like fix your mistakes. Alright, how many of these do I need? I need... How many? To make the chainmail. 1, 2, so I need 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I need 11 to make the chain. Now, okay, so I'm not there yet. That's alright. We'll make the chain I can. Because there's plenty more iron to be had. There's maybe what I'm doing for the next, like, 24 hours. Yep, 11. 11 pieces of chain to make 1 chest piece. That's not even the pants or the helmet. Yes, it is. Now you know why I waited till I have a Hellhammer. So, in my vanilla playthrough, I was foolish, and I did this by hand the first time to make my first set of chainmail ever in Vintage Story. And let me tell you, I wore out several iron hammers. It took me probably about, 15, 20 hours of real-world time just mining and forging and, refining the iron and all that. It was crazy. That was all before I had a Hellhammer. So... But honestly, the chainmail provides a nice amount of protection. Like, you can run both the archives and the devastation in your iron chainmail. Is it going to provide you the best protection? No. Is it going to provide you good protection for the drawbacks? Absolutely.
And more than enough to get through it, if you're careful. Yeah, and each plate requires 2 ingots, that's right. Yeah, now you understand why this is expensive. It's also where a large part of my hematite, or not my hematite, my magnetite vein in my vanilla playthrough was into my chainmail. And one of my viewers earlier was telling me to make plate, which let me show you making plate here in a second. It's technically called plate and chain. Because first you have to make the chainmail. Then you layer your plate mail over top of that. Yep, it's another upgrade. What's the silver tier working? Not sure. It's like, I mean, there's steel beyond iron. You can also do you can do the silver and the gold. You can make, yes, you can make different types of plate mail. You can make like gold and steel and silver and all kinds of stuff. I think you can technically make meteoric iron too. But I've never had that much meteoric iron to play through. The silver was decent defense-wise. Let me check that. Let's go here. Silver plates. Let's see here. Silver plate body armor. It's actually not bad. It's only protection tier 2 though. Yes, I have been at the forge most of the night. Back here. But it's still like 92% damage reduction and a flat 1.5 hit point damage reduction. The silver, it probably only requires 10 bronze. If I had to guess here. Since it's tier 2 stuff. Well, the Falx is a tier 5 attack. That's interesting. It's my Iron Falx. That's only tier 4. Why is the damage so much? Hold on. The Silver Fox has a better damage rating than my Iron Falx. And a higher durability. What is going on here? That's not linear at all. You're right. What? What am I looking at here? What's the recipe? Oh, okay, I see. That's why. Because you start with a Steel Fox to make it. I do know Obsidian's best on the stone stuff. This is why. So you start with a Steel Fox, and then you make a Silver Fox out of it. Okay, that explains why this is better. Alright, alright. Just had me confused there for a minute. Alright, let's go look at... Alright, Dracula, let me show you the iron chain. So we'll go to the iron chain. So first, we make the chainmail, and then... So we saw that we need 11, and then for the pants, we need an additional 6 to make the pants, right? And then an additional 3 to make the helmet. So that's 9 more. So we need 20 pieces of chain to completely make the chainmail. And apparently one of my players just died horribly and was torn limb from limb. I'm gonna guess they ran into a bear. So that's to make the chain. So 20 plates or 20 pieces of chain, so 40 ingots to make one suit of chainmail. Yep. Now, let's make plate mail. So now you're going to take your chainmail and you're going to add 8 plates to the chest piece. So that's 8. And then let's go to the pants. 5 more. So that's 13. The helmet's an additional 3. So 16. Yep. There you go. Now multiply that by 2 to tell you how many ingots you need to make a full set. Mm-hmm. It's expensive. Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, this is where a lot of my iron goes. Picks to mine more iron, to make more stuff. Yeah, so it's a cycle. Then there's like the Forlorn Hope armor if you really want to get crazy. This stuff's really good too. Oh, this is the damaged one. Where's my non-damaged one? Here we go. It's a pyramid scheme. Completely true. And then there's the... Yeah, so the Forlorn Hope armor set, which is a special armor set you have to kind of find in-game. But, like, to fix it, you need a gold plate and an iron plate to fix the damaged helmet. But then it gives you, like, really nice... Yeah, no, mine's that entire mantle of iron makes 2 full plates. It feels that way. It does feel that way. Oh, man. Let's see here. Alright. I'm going to take a slight break from my iron work, though. Just to do something else for a minute. Put this chain in here. I don't need these baskets anymore. I can actually recycle these. By the way, that's vanilla. If you're done with your reed chests like that, you can just recycle them with your knife. Yeah, dudes. What kind of rift activities going on at medium? I'm stuck. Swing. Need me this ladder. Bear. Okay, so yes, it was a bear that got my player, by the way. Alright, let me grab my lantern. Grab my extra axe. So I'm going to take a moment and go... We're just going to go cut some trees. But regular prospecting ain't that easy to use. No, it is not. There's a reason I'm using the better prospecting mod. Because we were about to go crazy. I mean, that is one way to avoid bears and wolves if you burn down the forests. Because if nothing else, you at least see them coming. Let's see here. Meat pies. All kinds of stuff. My wife's in here just baking up a storm. I'm stealing these pies. There we go. Still love these, like, lampposts that General Efficiency's made for us. He got stuck in a cavern, or cave-in. Bears, I kind of assume take like 8 spear shots. I took bear down once in Stone Age. It got stuck in a cave-in. Easiest 6 meat I got. Too bad it's bush meat. Yeah.
That's one of the things I do like about the expanded foods mod and culinary artillery, is they make bushmeat much more useful because you can use it um, in the recipes and stuff. And the butchery mod, you actually get a slightly better yield out of the animals and stuff. What am I doing? I completely forgot my shears. I need to go grab my shears. You would want the opposite? Oh, you like the parasite mod? Eat bad food, get debuffs? I mean, also fair. Because in real life, you don't want to eat predator meat. Because it carries higher risks. Like, like, um, high-end predator fish, like gar and stuff, you know, they're very high in mercury, for example, because they eat the smaller fish. Let's see here. Shears, shears, shears. Where are my shears? There they are. Yeah, that is true. Bear meat apparently is very good in taste because of how high in fat it is and stuff. Matter of fact, when the Native Americans, where I live and all that, would make like pemmican and stuff, they would routinely use like bear fat and stuff to make it. Just because of how much fat you get off the bears and things. All kinds of interesting food preservation stuff and whatnot. That's something that should totally be in the game, though. It's like pemmican. Because that's like a very real world, like, food preservation method. I mean, primitive survival adds, like, jerky and stuff. Add a napping mini game. Like for butchering and skinning. That would be cool. Yeah, see, that would be super awesome. Oh, mushrooms are back. I agree. That would be cool. Okay. Trim these leaves out of my way. See if there's any more mushrooms on this tree. There are more mushrooms on this tree. Surrender your mushrooms to me. That is not normal. I will tell you that. That is a mod that has done that. Before you all start freaking out about going like, what kind of random chance generated that monstrosity? That is a mod. So basically, I have a mod, so I can take my knife. I hope you cut off block implanted there. So basically, the way this mod works is you can take your knife to a pine tree. Here, I'll just do it on this one real quick. And you can hold right... Nope, that's my bow. And it creates a resin spot, basically. And I had marked this tree because it already had one resin spot. The one it started with was like that one up there, I think, is the natural one. One of these is. And I just went ahead and added a couple more to it, just so I know I'm not cutting down that pine tree. Basically. So I mark the pine trees I care about.
I don't do it too much just because it is a bit, crazy. And in my single player world, where I kind of experimented with that mod, one of the things I would do is I would like cut down the pine trees after using them a couple times and grow new ones. Because the other thing I like to turn on in the mod sometimes is basically a more realistic growth pattern for trees. Go. Pine cones. Alright. Actually, I should go ahead and replant that pine tree while I'm sitting here thinking about it. So, right here. Like, yeah, like a growth pattern where they grow from big to small and continue to grow. Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. And it'll even tell you, because it also keeps track of like tree health, like if the tree has any parasites or anything on it. And it kind of tells you like, oh, this tree's got this problem, so it's not growing very well, kind of a thing. Or it's too cold for this particular type of tree, because it also adds like, this tree can only survive, um, you know, these temperatures kind of a deal. And will stop growing if it gets too cold and stuff. It adds a lot of mechanics like that. I see someone is dying to a bear quite often in the south. Is this tree good for chopping? Well, we'll take some cuttings here. Something I have noticed that I haven't seen since I added the mod, although it just occurred to me, that's probably because all these trees generated before I added the primitive survival mod, is the raccoon holes. So in primitive survival, trees can get like little raccoon holes, and you can find like random stuff in them. Not much of it anymore, but it's nice idea. I knew Minecraft had a mod that had something like that. Trees grow naturally. Yeah, it is nice. Like, as I said, normally when I use the mod, I have that turned on. I didn't want to turn it on for the server because it does increase the amount of CPU power and calculations that the server has to do. But so, like, on my personal computer, on my small, like, little personal world, it's fine. On the server, I don't want to... I don't want to push my luck. See how that goes. That makes sense. So I'd like the server to keep working happily. Alright. Oh, this one's got some resin on it. We'll grab this one. See, like, this one's just natural here. Like, I didn't add any extra resin spots to this one. And you have to get this, like, exact angle to get that one. Let's try this guy. Yep, this one got resin on it too. Well, tree, you get to live. Because you're a resin tree. Alright. Yeah, that would actually be a cool mod, gravity for all blocks. I know you can actually turn on gravity for, like, soil in the game, as well as, like, cave-ins and stuff for, like, stone. Which, I turned it off on this one, but normally I have it on cave-ins. Actually, I'm going to clear out these bottom branches down here. Go. But yeah, you're probably right. Probably would be fairly easy to turn on gravity and stuff. You do play with the soil instability? I've not tried it myself. I can definitely see where it makes planning your bases better, because I know one of the things it changes is, like, the regular dirt is no longer, you know, able to just float in the air. But if you make the packed earth, that can still float, if I remember correctly. So it gives you a further reason to use the, like, rammed earth and stuff. Get down this birch tree. Now, there would have to be some way to, like, check stability for things like if you're building a wooden house or whatever. Oh, the spears are great support. 3 blocks tall. Oh, yeah. That's fair. What I'd like to see is more uses for the support pillars and make them a little more useful in, like, doing construction and stuff. Let's use them in mining anyways. All of it. Let's put this. Let's replant. There we go. I don't like to deforest too much. What about this guy? This one looks alright to cut down. Fair. Fair. On the spears. But I just like to look at the support pillars. They're a really nice decorative piece. And since they also provide support to, like, you know, cave-ins and stuff. Oh, and we've got 2 players that have died to the same bear now, I think. I forgot about this trader down here. Dude, he's got... What are you doing? It should be upgraded to named NPC. You think the trader should? Like a specifically named NPC? I mean, there are some in the game. Cooked meat, linen sacks, rice bread. Good lord. Smith bronze. Oh, bear? Oh yeah, no, the bear should definitely be promoted. That bear's earned it. I think it killed one of them twice, actually. So it's really up to, like, 3 kills. That bear is farming grays. Oh, goodness. Oh. Got some witch's hat mushrooms. There we go. You would think those would be poisonous just from the name. Nope, those are actually not poisonous. I don't know if they are in real life. What do I do with poison mushrooms? I use them to make rot. Put them in an outside box. Use them to make rot. Yep, see, 80 satiation, no poison. But yeah, no, like, since my wife's got her farm going, I keep feeding her rot and stuff to make compost. So I just, when I see poisonous mushrooms, I just pick them up and use them to make more rot for the farm. There we go. No, you're thinking of the, there's one that looks almost identical to it called, like, the pink bonnet. It is poisonous. Because there's a pink bonnet that's poisonous. There's, funeral bells. There's the, death caps. There's the, Lyagaric. Yeah, there's one mushroom with, like, 40 damage. That's, I think the funeral bell.
is because there's also one that's like 50. You know, there's some crazy like damage mushrooms out there. If we have some here, I'll show you. Let's see, anything else in here? Where'd my... I had stuff in here. Looks like I've got to find somewhere else to put my... Well, I'll just put the resin in here. Oh, right, I used up my resin. That's why it's not in there. I smart. Alright. Put the cheers away, put my pine cones away. And I'll go show you some of the other mushrooms we've got. Because I can't remember all the poisonous ones off the top of my head, but I remember a lot of them by name. Ones I commonly see. Let's see here. There's the golden milk drop that do like a couple of hit points of damage. Like you can get away with eating one or two of them. There's the death caps, which when they're at full value they do like 40 points of damage. I think that's the ones you're thinking of. And then there's the funeral bells, which do 50 points of damage. And then here's those pink bonnets I was talking about. Those do like... I think those are the ones that do 8. That look almost identical when they're not rotting to the witch caps. But yeah, we just leave them out here in the farm box to rot. That's what we do with them. The poisonous ones. I may need to widen my road. Brought you some more mushrooms, dear. It's just one witch cap. You need a greenhouse for this process. Oh, you refilled the bread? Thank you, love. Yeah, I keep meaning to build like a greenhouse. I just haven't done it yet. I keep getting sidetracked by other projects. Alright. All the firewood. Yeah, you don't technically need glass. Especially since we have glacial ice to use instead of glass. I mean, we could use glass, but... Alright. Oh, for rot, you mean to make the rot faster by using a greenhouse? That's fair. I could also just do it downstairs in the underground farm where it's also warmer. Weirdly. Do I have enough to do? Not quite yet, but I will after I break this one. Yep. So these three fill up this hole. And what biomes? But you used to live in a 1.6. Oof, that's rough. That's a rough food degradation biome. There we go. These away. Ooh. I'm gonna go put these 6 away too. Alright. 6. That was a fairly successful mining trip. Oh, I forgot to put these mushrooms away. Or lumber trip. There we go. A little extra mushrooms. I'm gonna come down and see what my wife's doing in her basement down here. Is this stuff curing nicely for you? Well, this says it requires 5 days, so it looks like this went down. So I think it is slowly curing, it's just slow. If you need more meat hooks, let me know. That's from the primitive survival mod, by the way, those meat hooks, if I remember correctly. I think.
Let's check now. I don't think you can change biomes with that type of thing. With what types of things grow in place. Like, it doesn't seem like you can craft your own biomes, which is what I'd like to see. Like, you can grow pine. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. And you get mushrooms and wild animals coming to you. That would be kind of cool. Although, I have seen terrain turn into forest terrain before, I think. Thinking about that. Oh, my stuff finished here. But I'd have to double check that. But I don't think normally, yeah, I don't think you can change, like, I don't think you can turn desert into forest or anything like that. Like, Terraria did it. It's 2D, but it felt nice. Yeah, no. Alright, it was a great game. Still is a great game. I mean, they're still patching it occasionally. Like, alright, we got 18 more iron blooms. Okay, they're not even hot. So I didn't actually need the tongs. Throw those in here for now. I'll do one more run of iron. This is my life. What do? I make iron. Why do I make iron? So I can make chainmail. I like the fact that I can hold down the control button and right click to put in like 5 at a time instead of having to do it 1 at a time. Yeah. This is why I need to do another charcoal run, because running so low on charcoal. Once you get into the Iron Age like this, you burn so much charcoal just making your iron. Cool. Alright. And then let me grab my chisel. Go. And just add that back in there. Okay. What do I want to do next? First, I'm going to eat this piece of pie. Okay. Grab my lantern. Got to figure out a place to put all the seeds my wife has generated. These can go here. Ooh, we got a crimson maple seed. Nice. Those are kind of cool. Bald cypress. Pine seed, I've got a place for it. Same with the oak. We've got green and brown bamboo now. Yeah, no. I agree with you on the hot spring thing. Dark pine. Okay. I definitely agree with you on that. Because the hot springs need to be changed. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad that they even exist in the game. But they are not... What's the word I'm looking for here? We got peanut seeds. We got sunflower seeds. Which was fine. Where it shows that you need a few other systems on top of it all. Yeah, I agree. Like, there's a mod out there that makes the hot springs like healing hot springs, so like the ones you'd normally go, like visit, you know,
in the real world and stuff, which is super cool. But in the vanilla game, yeah, there's like nothing you can do with them. They're neat. I think they are technically warmer next to them. If you've got if you need warmth, but you can't stand to them because they'll kill you because they do damage. You know, so that's like a problem. But these eagle ferns can get out of here. I don't need these eagle ferns. That's odd. Roof trees can get out of here. Go. That there. Cool. Alright, eagle ferns. There we go. Just trying to clear out some of these seeds. Yeah, like vanilla, I think they do provide some heat, but it's not like super useful. Oh my god. Yeah, the flowers and all don't regrow. One of the mods I have lets you make seeds for them. You're out of your pin. Get. Stop being so dodgy. There we go. Yeah, I have no idea what's causing this, by the way. As to why I've got animals spawning in my house. But, yeah, no, I would love for them to be more natural, as far as, like, how they grow and stuff. This is not my construction box. Go do my construction box. So, okay. I do agree that the flowers and all should spread naturally. Let's see here. Let me get my lantern back out so I can see. There we go. Yep. It's grass. Go, plant that one there. Red top grass, red top grass. Top grass. Yep, short grass. Right there. There we go. This is what I've been using the mod that gives us random seeds out of panning certain types of soil for. Now, there is one flower that does spread, and that's the horsetail. And that's mostly because you need it for making poultices, so it spreads. Corner. Okay, if I put this down, will the snow come off of it? Nope. Still giving me a snow-covered roof sod corner. Alright. Weird. Yeah, horsetail will legit spread / grow. It apparently does work for bees. I didn't think it did, but apparently does. Matter of fact, you can actually end up with horsetail in like your farms and stuff when you're playing. It's actually one of the things that happens kind of routinely in my vanilla playthroughs. I'll get horsetail in my farm. Yeah, horsetail is great. I love horsetail. It's like the best plant in the game. It only grows in forests naturally, though. So if you want it to grow outside of that, you kind of have to move some into that area. The whole thing, but super cool. Oh, wait. I just realized. Hold on. I'm going to put my lantern right there for a second. We now have our advanced skinning hook. We're going to test out the advanced skinning hook on this chicken. Apparently I got 2 chickens now. Sit right here. And knife. Sips. Rare blue color. Ah, we did get extra feathers. Nice. Double whammy useful. Except the rare blue color one. This is lapis lazuli is rare. Oh yeah, lapis lazuli. Yeah, this is the mod. This is the butchery mod. The butcher mod. It makes it so that to get actual
the best yield out of your animals, you have to go through a whole butcher process where you hang them up on a skinning hook and you skin them. And then you bring them over to a butcher's table and you butcher them. And don't worry, the mod accounts for the fact that, you know, they're stone-aged. Don't get demonetized. I'm not monetized. YouTube apparently decided I'm not monetized. But yeah, so you have to prepare the animal here at the skinning hook. You have to take it over to this butcher's table and actually butcher it up. And you collect the blood to use in things, like we have a whole... Yeah, I have enough subs and watch hours. And I applied. And they're like, nope, sorry, you violate our monetization policies, you can't be monetized. Try again later. That was their response. They didn't even tell me what I violated about the monetization policies. Like, I don't even know. They're just like, here's the list of the entire monetization policies. I'm like, there's like 10 pages to this, and like 20 or 30 different items on here. Which ones do I not comply with? Like, you know. And they don't have a good way to reach out to them and be like, can I just get more details, please? Like, I have no problem fixing whatever the problem is. I just need to know what the problem is. So, it's the whole thing. You can find out if the stream's real. Maybe. Could be. What I think... So one of the things they apparently check for is they don't like repeated content or stuff that looks like you're just recycling old content or whatever. And in a lot of my live streams, I didn't bother changing out my thumbnails. I just kind of had a generic thumbnail I was using. And I'm kind of thinking that they just glanced at that and were like, oh yeah, this guy's just, you know, posting the same stuff over and over again. It's nothing original or whatever. And, you know, didn't even actually look at the content. And so I've got two options. I basically have until the 15th to appeal. Not quite the 15th, it's like the 12th. To appeal it. Or I can wait until the 28th and just reapply. You know, they're like... That's the only thing I can think of. Off the top of my head. As to what it could be. But I'm gonna have to like look around, mess with it, figure it out. So kind of what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is just wait the 30 days and reapply and see what happens. And I'll be like, you know, I don't know what the problem is, but sure, I'm gonna wait the 30 days and see if that makes you all happy. Otherwise, I'll probably be moving my streaming over to Twitch. Just stream on Twitch. Because their monetization policies are a little different. They mostly care about, do you have the followers, do you have the watch hours? If yes, fine. Sure. Cool. Have your money. Yeah, I've heard about Kick. I haven't actually looked into it yet. Because I'm still relatively new to this whole streaming YouTube thing. Like, I've been aware of it, just, you know. You hear it pays better, provides better pay view-wise, and supposedly easier to get into. I'll have to take a look at it then. I'll have to take a look into Kick. Because what I would actually really like to do is multi-stream, where like I stream to my YouTube, and then, you know, stream to the other thing. Alright, so let's see here. I do need to make the better butcher's table, though. Definitely feeling that extra 20% yield from the advanced skinning hook. There we go. Put that in there. Alright. Cool. But yeah, I'll have to look into Kick. Go. Raw G. So basically the way it works is here's my butchering mod. Butchering guide. So this is the documentation that the mod author wrote into the handbook. So you can still just skin and butcher the animal with your knife on the ground. You can still do that. but you only get like I think it's 20% of the yield of the animal from the normal amount that you would get. So like if it normally give you 5 meat, you'd get 1 kind of a deal. And it also makes it so you may not get like hides. That's the rough part. However, knowing that that would be a problem for early on, they made a Stone Age butchery table, so you... yeah, so to get the right amount of stuff, you have to at least have copper tools. It's so this was actually requested by one of my community members, Honkfather, if you see him around sometimes in the Discord and on the chat and stuff. He's the one who was just like, I want the butchery mod. And I'm just like, I looked at it, I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? Sure. Because I kind of went through and took mod suggestions from like the various members of the community and picked like 1 or 2 of that each of them suggested that I thought would be a good fit. And this is one of the ones they suggested. And I kind of love it, actually. I was a little skeptical about it at first. But yeah, so you make the skinning hooks, and you can do, like, there's a Stone Age one. Yeah, so they have a primitive set, which is made out of, like, flint and stones and sticks and stuff. Yeah, this definitely feels like something they could add in the base game. Just like they're adding fishing in the next major update. They've been experimenting with it. And the fishing they're adding looks like they're pulling a lot of inspiration from the fishing in Primitive Survival. Which I'd love to see them add some of the stuff from Primitive Survival into the base game. Like the smoker. You should absolutely be able to smoke meat in this game. Just saying. It's great that we have salt curing. That is fantastic that they added salt curing to the game. Smoking meat is just as old of a process. Yeah, like, so you have the primitive skinning hook, which is the Stone Age version, and then they have the, basically starting in copper, you can get the normal one, which gives you 100% of the drops, where the Stone Age one gives you 80% of what you'd get. And then, once you get into iron, you can make the advanced tool set, which gives you 120% of the drops, so you get an extra 20%. So, and I just made my first iron skinning tool, basically. Yeah, no, you're right. It would probably trivialize things, which is probably why they don't do it. But, like, this is the smoker from Primitive Survival, which they've actually balanced it pretty well, I think. So, salting meat, I think, like, doubles or triples the spoil timer on the meat, something like that. Or maybe it's quadruples. I have to double check what the increased spoil time is. And this is, like, half of that. So, you still get extra time, but not as much. It's also a little more, you know, you have to work a little bit more for it. Like, you can't just put a piece of meat in here and smoke it. You have to put in at least 4 pieces of meat to smoke them. Yeah, and so you could do stuff like that. There's lots of things they could do with it that would be super cool. Here. These arrows. I'm going to make some more arrows while I'm sitting here thinking about this. But yeah, you can do like all kinds of stuff with it. Add some more feathers. Like, I would love to see smoked meat. Another thing that could be really cool is instead of just having to do salt cured meat like they do in the game, doing sugar cured meat. That's a whole thing too. A lot of people don't realize that. And that plays into smoking. A lot of the smoked meats that people get were actually sugar cured. And we already have honey, which they use in place of sugar in the game, because, you know, you make jam, you use honey instead of sugar in the game. So why not allow me to use that same way? Yeah, absolutely. Smoking meat is super low tech. You should absolutely be able to do it in the Stone Age. Just like making pemmican and jerky should totally be a thing. Because, again, that's all Stone Age technology that we've just improved upon over time. But again, they still have a lot of work to do on the game. Like, even the developer will tell you that. Like, they still have a ton of stuff they're working on. You know, they've only got the first 2 chapters of the story from their own counting, even though it feels like more than 2 chapters. Yeah, there's supposed to be 6 more to come. That reminds me, I wanted to go feed the chickens one last time. Yeah, sugar refining would be fantastic. Seed oils and oil refining would be great. Which they've added, which, like, I know culinary artillery and stuff adds that, but they could add that to the base game. Because I think, well, the reason I'm saying that is because part of the story also is related to their technology level they're planning for. So they've mentioned that they kind of want to go, like, early Steam Age, technology-wise. And the story kind of plays into some of that. And the story also has, like, other technologies that they definitely display, like different types of alchemy. Good. Good, good, good. We've got fertile eggs. The chicken's sitting on them. Get away from the door, chicken. Go on. Get. Chicken. Chicken. I'm gonna have to put in another gate, like, here. Alright. I didn't want to do this. Maybe. Because one of the things that did happen in the game storyline-wise is they did have automatons to some extent. Oh, I only needed 1 piece of fence. That's alright. There we go. Really? Really, fence? We are kind of fleshed automatons. But, like, in the story, like, they made little machine creatures and stuff. I mean, we do. So, like, we do all kinds of stuff. And my understanding of the story is that the way they kind of survived the apocalypse, or let me rephrase it, the way they kind of ended the apocalypse is the guy who did all that was like, well, I can't save humanity. That's not something I can do. I can't just, you know, fix the problem. But I can make it so people will still exist, and you'll still exist. We're just gonna have to, like, you know, transcend beyond human stuff. I got a great machine that'll do that for us. That's true. It is probably why, you know, heart disease risk increased in the real world because of that. Alright. Well, my wife is telling me it's time for me to put myself to bed in real life instead of staying up too late, because it is almost midnight where I'm at. And she's telling me I should go get some sleep, because apparently my 8-year-old will want to do things in the morning or some crazy nonsense like that. You know, something parenting, something early mornings, because the child does not know how to sleep in. So, I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me. It does. Family does indeed come first, and I will tell people that. Which is also why I drag myself out of bed every morning to get up and hang out with the child. Yep, thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you all have a great one. And I hope we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, our goal is to try and run the Resonance Archives, which means I'm probably going to get up first thing in the morning, feed the child breakfast, pat him on the head, ask him if he slept well, and then, you know, in a caffeine haze, come back to my computer and continue making chainmail. But our goal is to, hopefully around 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time in the afternoon there, try and work on running the archives as a community, and I do intend to stream that with the community. Again, make sure they're all aware of that, so that they don't just, like, bombard my chat with foul language or something. So, tomorrow morning we're going to be continuing the prep work, which that won't be on stream, but hopefully running the archives will be on stream tomorrow. So, hopefully I see you all there, and those who hung out with me, thank you so much, and I hope we'll see you next time. Peace out.